Well, good evening, everyone, and welcome back to another show of Make Our World Your Runway. And as you know, this show is not only about modeling and pageantry, but you could be in the business industry, the entertainment industry, the fashion industry, and we've also added beauty. So every week you're going to hear about beauty tips, which is essential for everyone, whether you're a man, woman. It's always great to take care of yourself. And today we're going to have a very unusual show. I'm going to recap about a very special crowning that I had the pleasure to take place with. But also, we are going to talk about women's empowerment because, as you know, 100 Successful Women in Business does have a phenomenal show coming up geared towards women on March the 2nd, which is also International Women's Month. But as always, we like to give you a few announcements. And as I say every week, remember to subscribe to the Global Trade Chamber YouTube channel. So this way you can view all our shows from Make Our World Your Runway. You'll know what's going on, give you an opportunity to listen to some of the fantastic individuals that I have the distinct pleasure of interviewing, and also to listen to success stories, which is produced by the Global Trade Chamber and 100 Successful Women in Business. Now, that show is a little bit different because they interview women that are in business and community service and have come from humble beginnings and have built themselves up to be one of the greatest entrepreneurs today, not only in business, but in community service. And also, if you are a woman in business or you're doing community service, I highly recommend that you subscribe to the book volume two, I should say. It is now out, The 100 Most Successful Women in Business. It's available on Amazon. Definitely pick up a copy of that book. You will not want to put it down. You will not be sorry. It's called From Scratch to Success. And again, women that started from very humble beginnings and have made their way in the world of business and community service. I am telling you, it is unbelievable. I read stories about women that were living in their cars, and all of a sudden next year, they're the greatest entrepreneurs, millionaires. It's amazing. So pick it up. Definitely don't forget. And March the 2nd, we're going to talk about that today. The most anticipated women's event coming up. It's going to be the largest one-day event produced for women in Florida. It's going to be at the DoubleTree in Miami, which is at the Miami airport. It's a rock star roadshow, and again, produced by 100 Successful Women in Business. Now, this is a free event, so you can go to the website at www.100swb.com, register to go. Also, if you want to be a speaker or you want to be an exhibitor, there's opportunities there. Do not miss the show, and I'm going to tell you why. I have been to so many shows produced by the Global Trade Chamber and 100 Successful Women in Business, and the contacts that you make there are absolutely amazing. So again, for International Women's Month, and we're going to talk a little bit more about that today on the show. So again, go to the website, www.100swb.com. Register. It is a free event. There's speaking opportunities. You can also become an exhibitor. I'm going to be there with many of the ladies from Miss International World and Miss Latina International, and we are so happy to greet everyone, and let's do business. So now what I'd like to do, ladies and gentlemen, I would like to recap, okay, about a very special event that I had the distinct pleasure of going to. Now, during our pageant in October, we had a beautiful girl who represented Colombia, okay, and her name is Juliana, and I'm hoping I'm pronouncing her last name right, Chavarriaga. And she was also our Miss Photogenic. But she went on to become Miss Portada World. Now, what's so exciting about this is that Juliana is now the official spokesmodel for Portada magazine, which encompasses women in business and community service. Also partners with 100 Successful Women and the Global Trade Chamber. And it took place last week, okay, and it was at the old Wellington Mall, or I should say the original Wellington Mall. And what was so unique about that is it was also a fundraiser which included Art for All. And it was for the Di Stefano organization. And not only was she crowned by two of the Miss International World title recipients, but also Mr. Santa Maria's son, who they're very instrumental in the community, and also Art for All. So it was a beautiful, beautiful event. We wish Juliana much, much success. We know she's going to be amazing. And again, all the ladies and everyone that came to the event, we thank you for attending. And we know we're going to do great things with Juliana. So without further ado, I do want to bring on Betsy Miller. Now, many of you have seen her on our show before. Okay, Betsy is an independent beauty consultant for Rodan and Fields. And the reason why we're bringing her back today, because if many of you don't know this, Rodan and Fields was started by two amazing entrepreneur women. Now, I was in the cosmetic business for over 30 years, and Rodan and Fields used to be part of Estee Lauder. And if you know anything about the cosmetic business, a lot of women today are CEOs of some of the famous cosmetic business. But these two women did something that was exceptional and unusual. And we're going to explain to you why today it's so important to even start your own business. And I'm so honored to have Betsy because she's a great pioneer for women in business. So ladies and gentlemen, without further ado, let's welcome back Betsy Miller to Make Our World Your Runway. Welcome, Betsy.
Hey.
Hello there again, Miss Betsy.
Hello, hello. I'm so happy to be here with you, and I can't wait to be with you in person in March.
Exactly. And that's going to be a great event, because it's International Women's Month. And, to be honest with you, that particular show is getting a lot of buzz. When I put the flyer up the other day and I was tagging a lot of prominent people, you'd be surprised all the women that want to get involved in this. And what's going to be great for you, because there's a lot of women that I know that are in the cosmetic industry that are going to be attending. A couple of hairdressers that I work with want to go to this event. So this is a great opportunity for you to kind of pull these women in and for all of us and explain to other women that are going to be there why beauty is so important and why this is a great opportunity for women to start business and to really get involved with their community. And I know you know about that because I want you to talk a little bit about the two women that started Rodan and Fields and how they have become amazing entrepreneurs.
Yeah, so they are amazing. And we do, actually, I was literally on the phone, and this is how wonderful this company can be for anyone. I was on the phone last night with a gentleman from South Carolina who runs the Boys and Girls Club there. And through Rodan and Fields, I'm going to be able to donate or send products. They have these baskets that they put up for the kids that come there. And that's something that's near and dear to my heart because I did spend a little bit of time in the foster care system. And so moving from one place to another, if I can make a difference in a child's life through just a little bit of a blanket or some skincare, I'm all in, But
yes, exactly.
Katie and Kathy, Dr. Katie Rodan and Dr. Kathy Fields are two best friends. Kathy Fields is from Miami. So when she showed up at Stanford and met Katie, they called Katie Rhinestone Rodan. And Kathy came from Miami with the big hair and the bright colors. And that really wasn't, dermatology's school is kind of beige, plain. So they really shook things up. And Katie had suffered with acne herself. So they decided to take on the acne piece of the pie and really help women tackle acne. And from there, it blossomed. That's where Proactive came from.
Right.
And then they went on to create Rodan & Fields because they saw a need. And that's the one thing that really resonates throughout our entire Rodan & Fields community. We are problem solvers. And when we see a need, we can use the profits from our skincare business to make a difference in the lives of those around us. So it really is more than just skincare. Skincare is amazing. And, you know, confidence in having clear skin and beautiful skin is, you know, you can't put a price on that. But to be able to make a difference in a child's life, a single mom's life, someone who's just kind of looking for something that's new and fresh and fun because maybe they have a really busy, stressful life, stressful schedule, you know, work schedule. This can be that for them.
Yes. And it's true. And you know, it's so funny when you said something today about, you know, Forbes saying that this is the year that women should start business, 2023. Every morning I always watch the Morning Joe show on MSNBC. And co-host Mika Brzezinski, she has an organization called 50 Over 50. And she's doing her big show this year in Abu Dhabi. And she always brings on very interesting women, okay? And she's partnered with Randall Lane from Forbes. So every time we do our show, I'm always tagging them. And they've actually come in and said, wow, this show was amazing. So they're very interested in what we're doing. But I had an opportunity to listen to some of these women that are part of this 50 Over 50. And it's unbelievable because you got women from all walks of life. Who's a seamstress? Who's working? One of them is working for a major cosmetic company in India, but they had very humble beginnings. Take that seamstress that they've got, 90 years old. Okay, she was a seamstress many years ago. She fell on hard times. She was down on her luck. Now, 92 years old, she became a millionaire. Okay.
That's right.
So it's never too late. So
never.
Yeah, I think that at this event, you and I will have an opportunity to meet a lot of women and not only impress upon them. And I've always said this to a lot of women when I was in the cosmetic industry. I said, if you're in business, remember this, you're going eye to eye with the general public. So your skin has to look good. You know, image. I remember when my husband worked for MCI. His boss, John Moan, used to say, image. Okay. So, I mean, you could walk through the door and it's so funny. Sometimes you can walk through the door and somebody may be shy about speaking, but they look so good. Everybody wants to come up to them. So if your skin, exactly. Okay. And your face is the calling card. So if you're walking in and you got that glow on your face and they say, wow, look at that skin. I got to talk to this person. I want to do business with this person. So it's important to get the message out to women, okay, that you should become an entrepreneur. This is a great way to start your own business, okay? Not saying that we're going to deter them from other things, but it's a great way to start their own business and get involved with things that are going on today. Because let's face it, a lot of women entrepreneurs out there. I mean,
that's right. Yeah. It's funny that we were talking before the show about Forbes and stuff because I had seen a lot of people post about that. So I don't ever take what I see on the internet as real. So I did my own research. And they announced that digital marketing is going to be the top paying job in 2023.
Correct.
And then that led me down another, pathway of looking at affiliate marketing because Nike and Land's End, I heard, just announced an affiliate marketing program. So that led me to look up those kinds of things. Well, on average, it's anywhere from $500 to $2,500 to invest in some of these companies. And Nike doesn't just let anybody take their products and, market them. Yeah. Right. So for $75, and a lot of times too, you have to buy products from the company. So for $75, your investment to start a business with Rodan & Fields and become an independent consultant with Rodan & Fields, For $75, you get samples, you get some branded swag, you get a website that is built all together in English and in Spanish, the entire thing, for 4 months at no additional cost. And then after
That's why I'm signing up this month. I said before the end of the month, I'm signing up because, it's great. And I think when you and I speak to women at this event, you can let them know, hey, Angela has the pageant, but again, she's going to sign up for this. And I think by the two of us being there, we're going to be a great force. Okay. I'm going to keep tagging Forbes magazine and everything that we do, because you know what? Eventually they're going to pick up on it. And before you know it, they're going to be bringing us on mainstream TV and say, we want to speak to you guys. What are you doing out there? You're setting the world on fire.
So we could be the red lips girls, the red lipstick girls.
Right, the red lipstick girls, exactly. So, it's just so important. And I'll be honest with you, I do my own research too, and believe it or not, late at night, I watch Stephanie Rule, who comes up with the 11th hour. And she's more of a financial girl. She doesn't get into the politics of things. Like, she talks really about women in business. And it's great because she's been coming up with the same type of statistics. Okay. And I love her because she's a Jersey girl. And I'm so glad that she's come on late at night, because I wrote her a little note because I know her from Jersey. And I said, Stephanie, because during the day, I was always busy doing things, or I said, but you know what? At least at 11 o'clock at night, I could turn you on and I don't have any interruptions. So which is good. And it's great. And, the other day when I went to the Mac counter, because there's one particular shadow that I like that they have. And I became very good friends with May, who's the counter manager there. And she even indicated, I'll tell you what she's doing. She said, I got 11 more months and I'm not going to be here. And I looked at her. I said, you've been running this counter forever. She said, you know what? She said, my son is opening up a medical med spa. She says, and I feel I could be more productive there and do business, because she said the cosmetic industry is changing. She said, look at the counters. She's right. There's hardly anything on any of those counters. We used to call it the big hamburger, you don't even have that anymore. Okay. No. I looked at the Estee Lauder counter and I was shocked to see there wasn't much on the counter. Not many girls even at the counter. I mean, when I was in the cosmetic industry, you had 20 girls on one counter. It was amazing. I know. That's gone. That's gone.
It's gone. I walked through we have a little department store here in town, and I walked through. They have Clinique, Lancome, Estee Lauder, everything. There was 4 or 5 Clinique girls there, but there was nothing on the shelves.
No,
nothing.
It's gone.
Totally. And nobody was shopping. When I was, back 20, 30 years ago, when I was back in the malls working at Estee Lauder, for the holidays, because I love to do that. It's fun to do it in the holidays.
Right, it is. It's fun. I like to look at it. Yeah.
Yeah, we were busy. I mean, we would get there, the store would open, we would work till the close. And I mean, there wasn't 5 seconds that we weren't running around doing somebody's makeup or showing them this or that or whatever. That's just not there anymore. It really has really made a shift to online. And where Rodan & Fields, Dr. Katie Rodan and Dr. Kathy Fields saw this coming way back 15 years ago. So when the pandemic hit, we as consultants, first of all, I started my business a month before COVID.
Right. And I remember you saying that. Yes.
And I've built it throughout the last couple of years. I celebrate 3 years, February 14th. And at first I thought, oh my gosh, what have I done? This is not good. Everybody was home. It was perfect. It's perfect timing. They saw this. But there were all these other companies who were struggling to figure out how to run an online business. Rodan & Fields had already been doing it. So we didn't skip a beat. We just kept going. And, it was a seamless entry. I had been using the products, and I just, once I realized the opportunity that was here, I jumped on it,
exactly.
And the investment was more than $75 at the time. But through COVID, again, trying to do good things for the world, Katie and Kathy said, okay, we're going to make it less than $100 for people to become consultants. And then the other thing we were talking about, with Nike and Land's End, how they they require you to buy products. Some of them do. Rodan
Yeah,
and
some
Fields
of them.
doesn't require you to buy products. There's no
Right.
requirement. You become a consultant and you get your website and you can start sharing and get customers. Of course, you get a big discount on your products, so why wouldn't you? But you don't
Right.
have to, you know? And then the other
Exactly.
thing, I was looking at commissions for most affiliate marketings. They're anywhere between 1 and 20%. With us,
Right.
it's 33, approximately 33% of of your sales goes in your pocket.
Right.
So
Which is
that's
great.
huge.
That is huge. And it's, and you said a mouthful, okay? Because there were a lot of businesses that unfortunately with COVID had to shut
Mhm.
down, and some of them just couldn't get back. I mean, even
Right.
a lot of restaurants and hospitality.
Mhm.
But
Mhm.
and I did see that, and this is the reason. And in the 1990s, taking it back a little bit, I started to see it as well, and that's when the
Mhm.
cosmetic business was thriving. But I started to see that back then malls did not have, you want to say, the steam or the oomph that they had maybe in the 60s and the 70s, when that was becoming a trend, when the little main
Right.
street were starting to close up. But it's almost going back to like the little main streets, because all of a sudden, like I say, if you walk into a mall, even some of go into the clothing section, you're not
Yeah.
even seeing what you used to see. Okay.
Mm-mm.
And during COVID, a lot of these big companies like the Macy's, the JC Penney's, even the Nordstroms, they had to resort to going online because nobody was
Yep.
going into the stores. And it
Right.
did take a toll on their business, and especially the cosmetic business, because you're right. Back in those days, we were
Right
booming.
there. Yeah.
Yeah, you talk
Yeah,
about
you're right
Christmas.
to face, you know,
Oh yeah,
we
I
were face to
was.
face with them. You
I used
can't
to
do that.
have four or five women standing there and giving my pitch to four or five of them, and few standing behind me. But you don't get
Right.
that anymore, okay?
No.
And you've got a lot
Mm-mm.
of med spas that have opened up that sell product, okay?
Yep.
And that became a one-on-one. And I think what people are looking for today is that one-on-one personalized service. And
Yeah.
and I hate to say this because I came out of the retail industry. It was a great industry. I made a lot of money. It put me on the map. I got my
Right.
training. But you don't even get that training today. They give you a book and a disc and say, go home and learn it. Well, years
Yep.
ago, we sat in a classroom.
I
And if you,
agree. Yeah.
yeah, and if you didn't have that 4 or 5 weeks of training, you were not going on the floor. Okay. So,
Right.
but today, that's not the case because they want you to
Right.
read about it. And I'm like saying, okay, yeah, that's fine. But it's not the same. Okay.
No,
And
it's not.
I think women have taken, in any industry, have taken a different approach on how they work, uh,
Right.
and their time and things like that. And that's why I applaud somebody like Alan Maria, but especially Maria, for starting this 100 Successful Women in Business and been able
Mhm.
to bring a lot of women around the world together, because you hear the different ideas that these women have.
Yes.
Okay.
Mhm.
And I love when they say from scratch to success, because it is really from scratch to success. I've read this book over and over again, the volume 2, the humble beginnings that these women came from to where they are
Mhm.
today. Okay.
Right.
And, going back to Rodan and Fields, Estee Lauder, before they got Rodan and Fields, they had prescriptives.
Mhm.
And prescriptives was their skincare line, but it didn't, as time went on, I don't think it did what they thought it was going to do. And that's when they got Rodan and Fields. Okay.
Right.
So
Yeah.
if you think about it, prescriptives didn't go on their own. They just kind of
Mhm.
faded away. But these
Mhm.
two women were able to take that business after they left Estee Lauder
Mhm.
and go on their own. So
Yeah.
that in itself is a tremendous success story. You know what?
Yes.
Eventually, I would love to interview the two of them on my show, because I
Oh,
know they
I
can.
know, right? Well, I'm sure if anyone could, you could, Angela.
Yeah, absolutely, they'd be amazing. And but you
Oh,
know what
yeah.
it is? They've got a great story to tell. That's what it
They
is.
do. They do. And you know what? We have that link that that I shared with you about their story,
Yes.
how they shared their story. Feel free to put that in the chat when this goes live, because I think more people should see and hear their story and hear from
Yes.
other consultants from Puerto Rico, from all over the world, from all walks of life, different ladies moms, career people doing their life and adding value to others through skincare. I mean, you talk about salons, right? And you talk about these med spas. These people who own those salons, they can carry Rodan and Fields in their salon without carrying inventory. Because they'll have a website that they can use the products on their clients, and then their website can be, you know, they can punch it. If the client says, oh my gosh, I love that scrub, what is it? They can go right to their website, place the order. It's delivered 2 days later to their door. No inventory, you know?
No, which is absolutely fantastic. I don't know if she's going to be there, but she's definitely going to send me samples. Britt Oganowski, I can never pronounce her name right, who started she's another one, started her own cosmetic line. And I just did a testimonial for her. And I'll tell you, her cosmetics, stand right up. They stand right up to the biggies. When you put her lipsticks on, when you put her powders on, when you put her bronzer on, it stands out. So I gotta somehow or another hook you guys up together, and we gotta get on the show and do combined beauty tips. But I'm gonna get you some samples. She's going to.
Please.
I don't know if she's gonna be able to make the event, but she always sends me samples. She's got a new eyeliner out, which is absolutely amazing.
That's awesome.
Yeah. So
I love that. And I love how I love women who can take something from nothing and make it big. And, you know, even though I didn't come up with these products, I saw what this was. And I said, you know what, this is a good thing. And so I'm going to share it. I'm going to share it with everybody. And how I ended up talking with the gentleman from the Girls and Boys Club, there was another lady. I was in Hobby Lobby picking up material for a blanket for my daughter, and she was picking up the exact same material to do the exact same blanket, but it was for the foster kids that were coming to their facility. So we got talking, and and you know, I said, I gave her my card, and I said, let me please give whoever's in charge, my phone number, so that, you know, we can adopt this Boys and Girls Club and maybe make a difference in there. And that's where my mind is with this. It's more than skincare. I'm going to use skincare to be able to take my kids on vacation, you know, save money for retirement, spend more time here and there, but also do something on a major scale for kids who, you know, don't have what my kids have, you know, and that's
exactly. Really, and I'm that way. I'm like, you know, I see some of these commercials out there for children, and you know, Boys and Girls Club, the Shriners, St. Jude's. I gave a lot last year to St. Jude's because, you know, you realize that some of these kids, if they're going through something like that and the parents are strapped financially due to medical, because medical expenses today is unbelievable. The only thing I have to applaud St. Jude's for is that with the donations that they get, no one gets a bill. And that is absolutely fantastic because
when we sold our house in Alaska, we made a very large donation to St. Jude's because I don't know, I just felt drawn to that. One of my friends, her younger daughter had been diagnosed with cancer around that time. So I just, and they had spent some time there. So I felt very drawn to donate to St. Jude, you know?
Exactly. And, you know, it's humanitarian things like this that, you know, make the world go around.
Right.
And I always say it to me, and I say this to everyone, you know, one of the things that I was watching a movie the other night, Lean on Me, which Morgan Freeman did.
Oh yeah. I love that movie.
I love that movie and how he really took those kids from poverty and really made something out of them. I mean, he made believers out of people. But Morgan Freeman himself always said, you know, because we disagree doesn't mean you're my enemy. All right.
That's right.
And there's a lot of that going around in the world today. You know, I tell people, I said, look, everybody has different views on religion. No two people are going to believe. Everybody has different views on politics. You may not like who's in office now. You may like somebody else. And all of that is fine. But what I always say is you can still come together and you can still have a heart and you can still be humanitarian. It doesn't matter. Right. Hey, look,
if we
all come together,
we can make a big difference.
Exactly. I don't always agree
Mhm.
with my husband. We laugh about that all the time. I said, well, wait, we'll come out with something. I said, wait a minute. I said, I don't care how tall you are. I said, I'm still going to go toe to toe. And he goes, yeah, well, you're wrong. I said, yeah, well, what about if you're wrong? And then we start laughing about it. So that's being human. That's
That's right.
just in general. Okay.
Yeah.
I mean, hey, I'll look at my cat and say, well, what did you do that for? It's just, it's crazy. Hey, a lot of times I don't agree with myself. I'll do something. I'll say, boy, was that a stupid move, Angela? What were you thinking about?
Right.
So, and I'm the type of person, and that's one thing my husband always said about me. I will listen to people's opinion before I even make a decision on something. I do that with my business all the time. I'll
Mhm.
call a Smita, I'll call a Hunter, and I'll say, guys, what do you think about this? This is what
Mhm.
I'm thinking. And they'll give me their opinion. And based on everyone's opinion, then I'll make the final decision. And I find that it comes out better because I didn't
Mhm.
alienate anybody. Okay. And I
Right.
respected everybody. A lot of times they tell me, Angela, don't do that move. It's going to hurt you. And I'll say, why? And then I'll say, you know what? You're right. That's why I picked up the phone to give you a call, because maybe my way of thinking is not the correct way. Okay. Maybe I've got to and you're right. If we all come together and think in that positive realm. And that's why I like with this 100 successful women in business,
Oh yeah, I
when we,
can't wait.
because women seem to think that way. I'm not saying that the men don't, but I think women have come up in the world today and realized that, hey, if we stick together, we can get the job done.
Yeah, and women I think are like little kids. We get into a group and we're all of a sudden best friends. We
Exactly.
meet each other and it's like, oh, you instantly connect with people. And it's funny when you say, it takes a village, right? And so
Right.
that's the one great thing. Another great aspect of Meridian and Fields is when a new consultant starts, a lot of people think, oh, I don't know anything about this. I'm not the salesperson. I don't know about the skincare. I don't know anything. You don't have to. You get it. You get a sponsor, you get somebody to hold your hand for those 4 months or even longer. I
Right.
talked to my best friend for 2 years before I decided that this was a move that I was going to make, that it was going to be a good move, but
Right.
there is free training. There's website training. Meridian and Fields puts on training. I mean, it is just very, very simple. And I just want to say this: in February, we have a preferred customer perks program, and that
Which is
basically,
fabulous.
yes. And so normally there's a one-time fee. It's $19.95. It's just a one-time fee. But in February, they're waiving that fee. And that gets you 10% off. It gets you a free gift after 30 days. And then you get free shipping on $80 or more. Okay. If you're thinking that you want to start your business, if you're thinking, you know what, I could use a couple extra bucks, or I could really use some adult community, I could really use something fun in my life, this is the month to do it, because not only do you get your samples and your business off the ground, but you can immediately offer something for free to your friends and family. They can join you, or they can become one of your customers. They can
Right.
use the products. We have the 60-day money back guarantee. So if you're not happy with it, send it back. But we believe so much in our products that we have a less than 1% return rate. So it's just, February is the month to make a difference in your life and make a difference
Yes.
in the life of those around you. Start now. That's my only regret, is that I wasted the 2 years. I could have been doing major things, but God's timing. So, but if you're thinking about anything, if you are just at that season and change in your life where you're like, man, I just need something. I want to spice something up. This might be it. And so,
That's it.
it's a good
Time
time.
to, and you're going to love this, because on March the 2nd, and I know you've spoken to her, Mathelli from Canada is coming in.
Yay! She was in India. We were talking, and she said that she was going out of town, and we're going to be talking. Oh, that's awesome. Oh, I'm so excited.
Yes, Mathelli will be there. Miss Bahamas will be there. So yeah, we've got a lot of VIP pageantry is coming in. So
I'm so excited. That's awesome.
Yeah, I'm telling you, it's going to be great. I'm so glad that Al and Maria decided to do this. This is
Yes.
going to be a wonderful opportunity. But I know you got some products that you want to talk about today, so
Yeah.
shoot away.
With Meridian Fields, we have our core regimens that have the cleanser, the toner, the moisturizer. But some people are really happy with their cleanser, toner, moisturizer. So I thought I would today talk about a couple of products that you can incorporate into your already happy skincare routine. So the first thing, so the first thing is the complete eye makeup remover. This gadget, you shake it to go, okay? It has glycerin and biotin in it. It's even good for if you have sensitive eyes, if you wear contacts. It's non-irritable. It will not hurt your eyes at all.
Sensitive eyes.
Definitely get some of our gauze pads. They're medical grade. They're lint-free. And they just make this product and the toner easily slide across your face. And you won't have any fluffies left on your lashes from lash
Right.
The next thing that I really love, and these are called instant makeup remover wipes. However, they are cleansing wipes.
Yes.
They are cleansing wipes, and you could throw these in your gym bag. Your husband could throw it in his vehicle. These are great if you're sweating, if you're out, if you go somewhere and you get dirt on your face or whatever. These are wonderful to wipe off that, the oils, the dirt, everything that you get on your skin. These also have glycerin and biotin in it, so they're moisturizing. They won't dry out your skin. Your skin won't feel cracky. They're just great. They come in a big box. There's 2 in here, 2 packages of these. There's 30 in each one. They last a long time because they're saturated. So after you take all that off, when you wash your face, before you put your toner on, you'd want to exfoliate with the MD. So this MD paste is a sugar and salt-based exfoliating paste. It has vitamin C and vitamin E in it. It has a citrus smell. You almost want to eat it, but don't. So you just scrub it on probably 2 to 3 times a week, just to slough off those dull skin cells and let your beautiful skin shine through. And then before you put your moisturizer on, to add hydration, you want to use Active Hydration Serum. This has glycerin and hyaluronic acid in it. It's going to boost your moisture and hydration in your skin by up to 200%. Even if you have oily skin, you actually have dry skin, so you need this.
Yes.
So anybody who has dry skin or oily skin needs to add Active Hydration Serum to their routine and to help balance out, the oiliness and the dryness.
Right.
But that is like a really quick, if you're not ready to have a full regimen and you're happy with your regimen, you want to add some products. Those are great products to add in.
Yeah.
And again, February is the month to get it because you get automatic 10% off, you get free shipping, and you get that.
Yeah. And let me tell you that the serums are great because, I always tell people, when you use a serum is targeted. Okay, you still need to use your moisturizer, but when you're using a serum, if you slept for 2 hours, it's going to look like you slept for 4. If you slept for 4, it looks like you're going to sleep for 8 because it just gives that boost to the skin. And if it's got that glycerin and hyaluronic acid in there, that really gives a boost to the skin. Okay.
Right.
I know
serums are thinner, so they can get down. They can get down deep. And then right. And then you put your moisturizer on top, and a good serum will draw out the moisture in your moisturizing cream or lotion and lock that onto your skin, which is what Active Hydration Serum does.
Exactly. And a lot of people don't realize, I've got oily skin. And I used to say, all right, wait a minute. I'll never dry out. It's there's a fallacy to that. Oily skin, you can have that combination, oily and dry, so that's the worst. You still have to use products for your skin. All right, you're not going to use that real heavy, deep moisturizer like me that's bone dry, but you've got to use something to combat that oil, okay? And like you say, those wipes, okay, that you can use to cleanse your skin. A lot of people with oily skin, that's perfect for them because during the day, they can cleanse their skin and start all over again. So like you say,
and there's glycerin in there, so that's going to help with the moisture too,
Exactly. Now you're gonna laugh, okay? When I was trying that product, I was outside and I got a mosquito bite. I took that particular cleanser and put it on, and it was gone because it was something in there that took out the sting. Okay.
Yeah.
So I want to tell people
noticed that too.
could use it on that.
I noticed that too. It's funny in our sensitive skincare line. There's each step is numbered. So we have step 1, the cleanser. Step 2 is a treatment. Step 3, whatever. So
Right.
step 2 of Soothe is the sensitive skincare treatment. Well, a couple of summers ago, I was outside. My ankles got bit up by mosquitoes. I came in, I rubbed that on. Instantly, no more red and no more itch, and then they were gone. Probably within 4 hours, the bumps were gone. And I have very sensitive skin when it comes to that kind of stuff. So
Right.
I definitely love to have step 2 of Soothe. The products are amazing. These women really know. These are they're probably borderline medical grade.
I think they are. Yes.
Yeah. I mean, these products. That's why they're the #1 premium skincare brand in North America. I mean, they literally change your skin. And, when I made the switch to Rodan & Fields, this active hydration serum was what made my skin feel and look moisture, hydrated. It was not dry. I mean, my skin was so dry before. And I took care of my skin.
Now, you're going to laugh. A year ago, I get them from time to time, but they've got it under control. And I get it on my back. I get a case of the shingles. All right.
Oh.
So before they gave me the medication, I said, well, let me try this. Okay. So I took, and I happen to have the cleansing pads by Lancome. Wipe the shingles with that. Then and dried them out, scabbed them immediately. And I put makeup on them. They were gone in 3 days. The dermatologist said to me, wait a minute. How was this possible? I said, because now I'm going to tell you something that you don't understand. Skincare companies and the cosmetic companies have products in there that can, if you do it the right way, that can almost cure anything. I said, I agree. I said, I leave you with that thought. Like you said, Rodan & Fields, you can probably take the serum, you get a little bite or something, put on your face, your skin, it'll be gone. Okay. And then you
I had a pimple coming in. Yeah. I had a pimple coming in because my skin is so fair. Anything red shines bright.
Yeah. Same way.
So I took some of the Radiant Defense. I took a little, literally one of these. I didn't even use my jar. I just used this.
Yeah, great.
And because of the ingredients in there, gone. I mean, there's blueberry extract in here, so I don't know if that has anything to do with it. But
blueberry extract is excellent. Yeah.
I mean, it just went. It took it away. It was gone. You know, and no more redness, and it was good. So yeah, I mean, I'm in love with Rodan & Fields. I'm in love with the company. I'm in love with the community, what they stand for. Yes. And I would say a good 96 to 98% of people within Rodan & Fields are career, have a degree, have a college degree, have a bachelor or higher. Yes. And we're not just doing Rodan & Fields. I mean, we are world shakers. We are problem solvers. We are, solution queens. And that's what we do.
No, I agree. Solution queens. I mean, it's absolutely amazing. And as I said, a lot of people don't realize that good skincare, even good cosmetic products, you'd be surprised some of the ingredients that are in there. Okay. And like I said, when I got that case of the shingles, a dermatologist just looked at me and said, well, this is amazing. I said, I rest my case. I said, there you go.
That's right.
Okay.
Yep.
And if you've got the 2 women like from Rodan & Fields that are working with top people in the industry, that's all. That's really all you need. So I know on March 2nd, you'll definitely be able to get the word out there. It's going to be a lot of women
I will be there.
from around the world. I'm going to be there. I think it's going to be a good force to reckon with. So I've got a lot of ideas.
Brand ambassador by then, so that'll be good.
Yeah, exactly. So we can promote it. I'll have Mathelli likes to talk, so she's good with that.
Yes, she said that she wanted to. We talked a little bit about her becoming a brand ambassador, and she said she was interested. She just wanted to do it after she got back. So now that she's back, we'll talk. Mm-hmm.
Exactly. Yeah. So I think this is kind of this event coming up on March the 2nd is going to be great for everyone. I am so glad that Maria decided to do this. Yeah, this rock, which she calls it the Rockstar Roadshow for Women. I'm glad she's doing it in Miami, and especially it's at the DoubleTree at the airport, because that's a great hub, okay, for everybody to get to. I mean, let's face it, Miami International Airport, everybody flies into there, okay? So,
right.
But yeah, I think that some of the things that you've said today and I've said today is going to be the way of the future for women in business, okay?
Mm-hmm.
And, again, no matter what industry you're in, okay, whether you're sitting at a desk, whether you're a CEO running a major company,
Mm-hmm.
the cosmetic industry, the skincare industry, it's always going to be a part of your life. Somewhere along the line, you're going to need a product. And I used to tell women, even if it's one product, I said, listen to what I'm saying. Even if it's that one product that you're going to buy from me today, we are still a part of your life. I don't care if you have it in the closet, your medicine cabinet. I mean, and I used to tell people, walk into CVS and walk into Walgreens. What's the first thing you see when you walk in?
Mm-hmm.
Cosmetics.
Yeah.
It's right up the
absolutely.
Everything
right there
in the back. Right there.
That's right.
Whether you like the product or you don't like the product. And I have to give drugstore cosmetics at least a high five, because in the past several years, they've come up the ranks. Okay.
Yes.
And with COVID, a lot of women did rely on things like that if they were going in and getting going to a drugstore. So I like I said, no matter where you go or what you do, we will be in your life. Okay. You'll have a part of us no matter where you go. So, but Betsy, as always, it's always great to have you on the show. I'm looking so forward to seeing you on March the 2nd. I know we are going to do great things going forward. There's always ideas you come up with, ideas that I come up with, and I will constantly keep tagging Forbes magazine, because somewhere along the line, they're going to pick up on you and I.
That's right.
Exactly. So anyway, my dear, thank you again for taking time out of your busy schedule to be on Make Our World Your Runway. You've got an open book here. Whenever we have that little 5 or 10 minutes, or even like today, when we can definitely do a session. But again, thank you so much for all your insights, not only on cosmetics, but why it's important for women to be in business. Have a great weekend, and we will see you on March 2nd.
Thank you so much, Angela. Take care.
All right. Thank you so much. Well, there you have it, ladies and gentlemen. Once again, Betsy Miller, not only giving her insights on being an independent beauty consultant for Rodan and Fields, but why it is important and the statistics for women to be in business today. 2023 is the year for the women. And once again, March the 2nd, do not miss it. The Rockstar Roadshow, produced by the Global Trade Chamber and the 100 Successful Women in Business. This show is one you do not want to miss. Whether you want to be a speaker or you want to be an exhibitor, but I highly recommend attending this event. You're going to see people like Betsy Miller, myself, and women from all walks of life. Let's do it. Let's make the connections. And once again, ladies and gentlemen, thank you for joining us on another session for Make Our World Your Runway. Have a great weekend. We'll see you next week.